Hello there, folks! My name is Walt, and welcome to the Lovely Little Thieves demo created by the Pango Dango Mango. Colin just challenged us to prove him wrong. Any little thing, as long as it comes out of his mouth, if we can prove it wrong, then by God, we beat this little fuck. Look at that. Listen to that. Colin ripped back the Velcro on one of his gloves, stripped it off, and reached out for my hand. The man took off his glove to challenge us to this duel. We cannot lose this. We cannot lose this. Alright, let's begin. Reluctantly, I shook it. I guess that means it's a done deal. I don't really get why you're doing this, though. Colin shrugged as he slipped his glove back on. Well, it's like you said, you don't understand me at all. And why would you? Blech, I gotta take a piss. Colin rocked back on his heels and swung away from me, wandering off behind a tree to take care of business. Are you okay? Yeah, are you? Yeah, I'm fine. I appreciate you pitching in for me, but that little dude can't hurt me or nothing. I'm sure you can win this silly bet. I don't know very much about anything, but I'll keep an ear out if he's around and see if I can beat him at his game too. Thanks, Randy. No problem. Besides, Colin's just... He's just what? Nothing, never mind. It doesn't matter. Thanks to you, he should be out of my hair for the rest of the vacation, right? Alright, finally got the damn hood open. I whirled around to see a torrent of smoke belch forth from the front of the van and swallow Russell. Oh, crap. You okay, Russ? I'm fine. Russell's quickly what? Can I take another shot at that? Because there's not even a fucking Q in there, and I don't know where I got quickly. Russell swept wildly at the smoke with both arms and shook his head. Man, it's not a good sign. Now let's see. What am I looking at? Hey, Don, your dad's a mechanic, right? You should know something about this stuff. You think you can help me out? Actually, I felt very sure that I didn't know the first thing about cars. I knew my dad was a mechanic, but once again, it was almost like I was hearing that for the first time just now. But something along the way Russell said should. Could it hurt all as much to try? Let's step up. Might as well take a look. Who knows? Sure, I can take a look. Awesome. Watch out for smoke, though. Am I giving Russell too much of a frat boy? Whatever. I trotted up the front of the van, recoiling slightly from the intense heat reeling off from under the hood. Careful, it's real hot, don't touch. Okay. So what are we looking at here? Any ideas? For a moment, I had hoped Russell was just calling me over to talk to me and didn't really expect me to know what was wrong with the car. But I guess he did. I didn't know whether to feel flattered or embarrassed since I hadn't a clue what we were looking at here. Well, this is an engine block, right? Yeah. I realized Russell was holding the hood in place for me. I guess the van didn't have a prop-up thingy for it, and it wasn't staying up on its own either. Now I really felt guilty. He's totally expecting me to be able to spot the problem while he had the hood open for me. Do you think it might be, the carburetor? I don't think so, but maybe. It's too hot to reach out and fiddle with anything yet. But I can check that first. This heap's old enough that it's definitely not running on a fuel injection system. Well, I think we've been caught in our lie, but then I saw it. Something like a sliver of muddy color appeared and then vanished out of the corner of my eye. Something out of a spot near the back of the engine block. Look, that box in the back has a... As soon as I saw the shadowy thing in the little box next to the engine, a jolt of pain shot through my head. Ah! I suddenly felt myself tipping forward on the van's broiling guts. Dawn! I felt a strong arm catch me across my shoulders. Russell pulled up close to his chest from behind, and I felt his heart start beating faster. His arm was pressed against my chest. Could he feel my heart beating faster too? I knew he was trying to just keep me from getting burned, but something about this embrace felt right, I guess. It felt normal. When I finally started to remember exactly how I felt about him? Aww, our cute little Dawn's finally remembering that he's a girl that's hit puberty. That's adorable! Or was I just afraid because of the pain in my head, however brief, reminding me of the eyes I saw in my nightmares? Those eyes, they made me scream then and burned strongly in my memory even when I couldn't seem to remember anything else. I don't know. I was afraid, but I'm also glad that Russell was holding me. You okay, kid? I don't know. Huh? I don't know anything about cars. I'm sorry. I thought I might. You know, because my dad's a mechanic and all, I guess I thought I should. Whoa, it's okay. No need to get upset. I'm just glad you didn't fall and hurt yourself. Russell moved his arm back quickly to rest his hand on my shoulder. Instead, I wish he hadn't. I wanted him to keep holding me. I wanted him to tell him that I was afraid something was wrong with me. But all I could manage to say was... I just said the word carburetor earlier because it had the word car in it. I don't even know what it does. Let's face it, hon. Anyone who uses the word carburetor, probably 9 out of 10 people don't know what a carburetor is. I don't know what a carburetor is. You listening at home right now might not know what a carburetor is. No one knows what a carburetor is. I think only mechanics know what a carburetor is, and that's why they screw so many people on carburetors. And right now I'm probably just saying carburetor because I actually like saying carburetor. Say it with me now. Carburetor. It sounds weird. It kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Anyway, let's actually get back to the story. It's okay, really. You should ask your dad to teach you some stuff when you get back home. Those skills can really come in handy. I mean, like now. Now they would really come in handy. I only know so much myself. I appreciate the good faith effort, however. I know you're trying to help. Right. So, what is that box in the back there? That would be the battery. Oh, well, as soon as it cools down enough to touch it, we should look at the battery. I thought I saw something coming out of it. It's sort of purplish? Ugh, that doesn't sound good. Russell gently slid his hand off my shoulder and called out over the hood. Hey, Randy! You want to give me a hand over here? Not really, but I'll see what I can do. I had to stay calm. I had to push through whatever weirdness is going on in my head, just so we can get through the crisis and get back on the road. With no idea of what else I could do, I wandered to the other side of the van where Dana and Jay were. Hey, girlfriend! Hi, this sure sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, this blows a fat one. Gross, Dana. Dana stuck her tongue at me and crossed her eyes, but then smiled. At least someone is still in good spirits, even with the van busted down. But no bears yet, so whatever. Jay seemed much more self-conscious now that the number of girls standing next to him has doubled. He reached up and twisted a lock of his hair around his finger, then froze and glanced over at the side view mirror. He frowned and started running one hand through his hair vigorously while he groped around his pocket with the other. Comb. I guess Dana was on the right track earlier. Jay really did care about how his hair looked. He quickly fished out a comb and was about to run it through the curls when... Cha-ching! A sharp, teeny noise rang out from below. Oh, I think you dropped... Stomp! The noise was cut short by Jay's sneaker stamping down the spot where the mysterious object had fallen from his pocket. Ah! Jay cleared his throat, nodding slightly, and forced a smile. Then he started carefully combing through his hair as if nothing had happened. I glanced down at his shoe, but couldn't catch a glimpse of whatever it was he had hidden underneath it. No, wait, there was one trace of something. I could see a rope-like Satan cord, dark red and small, but thickly woven and frayed slightly with age. It stuck out from under Jay's heel and trailed off under the van. It must have been attached to whatever the object was, maybe some kind of keepsake? Suddenly, I felt very guilty for prying. Dana seemed to sense the awkwardness in the air and tried to clear things up. Don't worry about your do too much, Jay. Ain't nobody here to impress. Oh, and can I borrow that comb when you're done? I thought I might have one in my makeup bag, but I must have packed it away instead. I promise there's no bugs on me, for sure. I guess I should do my part to try and ease the sketchiness out of the poor guy. I look forward to getting to know you, Jay. I heard Dana invited you along on our big road trip. You guys know each other from... Come on, help me out here. This is awkward. Econ 201. I ended up paired with Jay for a team project, and he was totally on top of stuff the whole time. Didn't have to kick his ass into caring or nothing. Danielle was an excellent team leader. Very diligent. So yeah, Jay's totally awesome. And when I found out he was new to the area and didn't know anyone, it was like, no duh, you were coming on the road with us. Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me. You may borrow my comb now if you like. Oh, thanks! You're too adorable, you know that? Jay didn't really know what to say to that. I never do either. Most things are too adorable for Dana. I think she even says that about Colin or Coco. So I thought I heard my brother bitching about something over there earlier. Speak of the devil, or think of him, I guess. Dana shot me a concerned look while running Jay's comb swiftly through her hair. He wasn't picking on you, was he? No. Great, why'd I bother lying? It's not as if... Ah! I felt a sharp pain shoot through my skull out of nowhere. The world around me swung off kilter, flashed bright white, and then burned back into focus. My ears popped, and then started ringing. Hun, take a goddamn aspirin already? Like, seriously, anything at all at this point. Just ask around. I felt my body slump sideways and slam into the side of the van. Dawn, are you okay? Daniel waved her hand in front of my face and snapped her fingers 3 times. The noise seemed 1,000 times louder than it probably was. Stop. Oh, no. We barely even started. Now you just take it easy. Who was that? Huh? Before I could ask again, my vision rippled and shifted into a living nightmare. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, enjoy a brownie, and relax. The drugs have kicked in, and I get the feeling they ain't gonna let up for a while. Oh dear. When Dana once stood, I saw a radiant cloud of morphing fog. It emulated light and heat, and little tendrils shot out of it in lightning bursts, spreading thinner and thinner with each whip and snap. Whatever it was definitely alive. It was alive with a blinding pink rosiness that made me want to shut my eyes, except it felt like they were already closed somehow. Behind it, I could see a similar shape, but it was dark blue, thicker, and more liquid-like. It looked like a vicious, eternally tumbling fountain. Its glowy blue aura hit the ground and ran over it, seeping into the earth like root-like trickles, but the top of it caressed never stopped spilling over. The fountain just poured over itself endlessly, and the roots beneath it grew thicker and thicker. The longer I stared at it, the more sad it made me feel. I tried to blink the strange colors beings away and shake myself back to reality, but I couldn't. Whatever this was, it was powerful. Oh, hello, Technicolor! I wasn't just seeing these colors, I heard them, felt them, and tasted them. Oh, wow! She really is on drugs! I was just making a joke! All in an instant. I sensed them in ways so deep and strong that I couldn't process any of it. That crack is some serious shit. I couldn't shut out the overwhelming sensation pouring into me, even though I desperately wanted to, and the dragon kept telling me that it wasn't going to let me back in the fridge. Please stop. Okay, at least I can see. Good enough. Dawn. And then just like that, it was over. The pain was gone. The world around me had gone back to normal. For whatever reason, my eyes were lingering on Jay's comb, clenching in Dana's hand as I slowly came to. The comb was just a normal black comb, I knew it was, but for a few fleeting seconds, it looked bright lavender. But it was a multi-layered lavender with a heavy blue center that evaporated into bright pink smoke. It couldn't be, but that means the colors were... I realized that I had slid down to one knee when I fell against the van, and quickly struggled to push myself back up. My right leg was trembling from the struggle to keep me half right up. What was happening to me? Dana was hovering over a foot from my face, unsure whether she should reach out to me or not. She was definitely freaked out. Jay, well, I don't know what he was feeling, but his expression scared me. He was staring at me hard, his bold blue eyes boring into mine like he was searching for something. Both of them were clearly waiting for some kind of response from me. I stood up straight as fast as I could, shook my head, and forced a smile. Whew! The heat, right? Don, are you alright? No, I wasn't alright. And yes, I was tired of lying, but how could I even begin to explain what was happening to me? Hearing voices, seeing visions, all of it? I should have never taken that Pango Dango Mango. And on that horrible joke, I think I'll end this episode. Thank you all for watching. I don't expect you all to come back after that. I'll catch you all next time. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Later!